The motion animator function adds animation calculated using expressions to existing property values. For this, you need to select a layer or layers. In the motion animator group, we can see buttons that add various values. All transform will add to the layer and all possible properties: position, scale, rotation, opacity. There is also additionally position shift. If we press it now, then the simple position will be replaced by position shift. Also, we can add each property separately if we don't need to. Let's add other properties. Let's add the position property value. We see that it has been added. Now we need to set the key. In motion animator, the range value is the point where our animation will end. And at the beginning of the layer, we will set it to 0. Let's reveal our keys. We see that nothing is changing for now, but if we enter the position X in value, who will be giving to the current position property value, animation is added at the beginning of the layer, and we see how our layer slides out. On the left, countries. Let's change the curve a bit. See how the animation has changed. Now, we can add some other properties, and they will already be tied up to the range motion animator, that is, to be controlled by 2 buttons. With keys, we add rotation. We write rotation in, let's say, 90, and we see what we get. The layer appears and also rotates. Additionally, that's it. 90 degrees. We can copy the motion animator with copy button, select other layers and press paste. Now all our animation has been copied and it was inserted into other layers. And we see how wonderfully it works when we don't need to move. Keys move something as the calculation is relative to captivity. Those values that we have specifically for the layer, if we add the value out, let's add the out value to 500 conditions, and let's duplicate the range keys and insert them at the end, and additionally unfold them. Then our animation will also move, but now in a different direction, and let's say we add the value of opacity, and opacity will be 0 in this way. We can add different animation for in and out. At the beginning we have position and rotation, the end position and rotation. Beware, we copy the animators, insert, and we have animation changed on all layers. Let's consider another variant of position shift, how it works. To remove all animators from the layer, we press the ticket button and our layer is cleared. Its values remain as they were at the moment we press delete. We will add a position shift animator. We added and put the keys. Let's adjust the curve at the keys. Position shift changes the layer's animation by position, but it specifically considers the layer size. If we add a mask to the layer, then it will be visible. And here we have an animation that came out specifically from the bottom. We can choose the direction left, and the animation will slide in from the left side. And also we can choose some other sides, say top, and it will slide out from the top. If we add keys for out animation, we can also set the value where the text will eventually go in the end. Auto animation is always calculated from the end, from the middle to the end, the layer. After this point, the calculation begins. Out animations. Also, additionally, there's an old animator we can also use. All animations in it are absolutely calculated automatically. No keys are needed. We're changing the position value, and he's moving from left to right. We can change the curve value. Changing the curve value, our animation looks different. Also, we can set the animation duration. Let's set 3 seconds, and our animation will last 3 seconds, but in this case it's necessary. Take into account layer sizes, because after the middle of the layer, the out animation calculation is going on, and if the conditions contradict each other, this will lead to errors. So the optimal thing to do would be 2.5 seconds. The animation, there will be some pause for a while, and if we specify 500 here, our animation won't be here, but the value position out 500, then our animation arrives, and the animation leaves. Everything is calculated automatically with the change here of values. We can also set overshot. Overshot will be adding bounce effect, but the values have to be small for it to work. Oh, exactly. You are with Igor Negora. When the animation values are small, the animation will be with a swing. Additionally, you can adjust how they will be to lag some effects from each other, so there would be a difference in the release time. Let's say appearance for 1.5 seconds, and let's add scale, and let scale happen on finish your animation 10 seconds later, and there. We have a bit of a difference